Hello viewers, welcome to Joy's Kitchen. I hope you are doing well. Today I'm going to show you a very posh dish which I call prawn asparagus pasta. This is like normal linguine pasta, but I'm going to cook it with really nice plum juicy prawn, and I'm going to use some asparagus as well. This is a very simple dish. It's nothing complicated in this dish, but that tastes really good. You can even see the picture. It's so yummy. So here you go, check the recipe. So to cook my prawn asparagus linguine, I'm gonna use half packet of this normal linguine pasta. You can use any brand, actually doesn't matter. So I need half of the packet. It depends how many people you are feeding. I'm not feeding too many people, so I'm not gonna cook too much. And this is not the brown one, this is the normal one. And I took around 200 gram of prawns. You can see they are a little bit smaller than king prawn, but bigger than shrimp. So I quite like plum juicy chunky prawns in my pasta. And I keep the head and the tail. And I took one packet of shiitake mushroom here, around 100 gram of shiitake mushroom here. I quite like shiitake mushroom for this recipe, but you can use button mushrooms if you like. I took one medium-sized onion and I finely chopped it. It's kind of like small cube size. And I took 4 cloves of garlic here, and I also finely chopped my garlic here. I like quite a lot of garlic in my pasta. I really love garlic smell. And I took half lemon's lemon zest here. This is just yellow lemon. And I took around 100 gram of asparagus, and I kind of like diagonally cut them. And I quite like chunky pieces of asparagus in my pasta. But you can make it smaller, or you can leave it whole. They look quite pretty with the sizes like that. And this one actually mixture of dry fried onion and fried garlic, and I mixed them together, and I just crushed them a little bit with my crusher. So you can see it's a mixture of fried garlic and fried onion. I'm using them instead of cheese because I'm trying to eat a little bit healthy. You can add mozzarella cheese on top of it, or cheddar cheese. It's totally up to you, but I'm gonna use that one. And I need salt taste-wise. It's here around 1.5 teaspoon of salt here. I need around 1 teaspoon of black pepper powder in this dish. Olive oil, actually 3 tablespoons of olive oil. I need quite a lot of olive oil for this dish. So yeah, these are the simple ingredients I need to make my pasta actually. To boil my first pasta, I actually took 4 cups of water here, and I add 1 teaspoon of salt and around 1 tablespoon of olive oil here to separate my pastas when they are boiled. I don't want to stick them together. So my water is boiling for my pasta. So I added a half packet of pasta here, linguine here, and they're going to take around 10 minutes to boil it properly, because they're not going to be too mushy. Obviously you know how to boil the pastas. So I'm not going to tell you too many information about it because this is a very simple process. So after around 10 minutes my pastas are done now, and I'm going to drain them, and I'm going to put them in a separate strainer actually, and I'm going to add a little bit of oil just to keep them separate, because I don't want to stick them together. In a separate pan, I'm going to add around 3 or 3.5 tablespoons of olive oil. I'm going to use quite a lot of olive oil for this dish, because usually pasta cooked in quite a lot of olive oil. You can add extra virgin olive oil, it's totally up to you, but I'm just adding regular olive oil. And I'm going to let it hot. And olive oil is good for your health, so you don't need to be afraid, okay, I'm using too much oil here. And now I'm going to fry my prawns first. Prawn gonna take maybe 3 to 4 minutes to cook it properly, because it's not gonna take too much time. And that's the same oil I'm gonna use to cook my pastas, because always prawn have a really nice flavor, and that's gonna release in this oil, and that's the oil I'm gonna use to cook my whole dish. So after adding my prawns, now I'm gonna add around 1.5 pinch of salt on top of it, and around 1.5 pinch of pepper on top of it, just to season my prawns. And it's gonna take like 3 to 4 minutes to fry my prawns properly. So after 3 to 4 minutes, you can see my prawns are almost done now, and the flavor from them, it's so good. Now I'm gonna keep my prawns separate. I'm not gonna cook them together with the pasta, so I'm gonna keep them separate for now. And it took exactly 4 minutes to become this fried situation. So now in the same oil, I'm gonna add my chopped garlic here. If you think you need to add a little bit more oil, you can add a little bit more oil, but I don't need, because I already added 3.5 tablespoons of oil here. And I'm gonna add my chopped onion as well at the same time, and I'm gonna I'm gonna fry them till they are lightly golden brown. I don't need to make them like too golden. So after 2 minutes, you can see my onions and garlics are lightly golden brown now. Now I'm adding my asparagus here, and I'm gonna fry my asparagus and my mushrooms together for another 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, my asparagus and mushrooms are almost done now. Now I'm going to add around 1 teaspoon of salt, because I already added salt when I was boiling the pasta and when I was cooking my prawn. So I don't need too much salt now. And I'm going to add around half teaspoon of black pepper powder here. And I'm going to fry them for another 1 minute. This vegetable not going to take too long, because already asparagus is very soft, and shiitake mushrooms are quite meatier and quite soft. So they're not going to take too long. Now I'm gonna add those lemon zest in it, and I'm gonna cook it for another half minute. So my vegetables are almost done now. Now it's time to add my pastas here. And I'm gonna cook this pasta and these vegetables together for another 2 minutes. I don't need too much time to cook them, because it's just a matter of mixing everything together. Yeah, so I'm gonna mix them together. So I'm gonna add half of my prawns now, and I kept a little bit for decoration purpose. And now I'm gonna add half of my lemon juice. Actually, I took half lemon, and now I adding this juice from that lemon. This is optional, you can skip it, but I quite like a little bit lemony flavor and lemony sourness in my pasta. And I'm gonna just mix them. Like, it's gonna take 1 minute, and that's it. After that, it's done. This is a very, very quick recipe and very, very tasty. You can feel it. It's so good. Try to mix it properly, because all the flavor from the vegetable and the prawn and the oil where I fried my prawn earlier. Oh, it's so good. It's a very simple dish, but really, really flavorsome. So here you go, guys. This is my prawn asparagus pasta is ready. And as you see, this is a very simple dish. It's nothing complicated. It's just matter of flavor. It's matter of plum juicy prawns and good asparagus and some spices. That's it. It's so good. You can add cheese on top of it. It's totally up to you. And don't forget to like and subscribe my channel and follow my recipes and share my recipes with your friends, family and neighbors. And yeah, here you go, and try to make this recipe and let me know how much you enjoy this recipe. So here you go. Bye bye. Ta-da.